Well, hello everyone. You talked about here is like for questions meeting. It's like the stuff that keeps us busy. It is and knowing about. I'm like if we wonder that knowing that for the whole purpose about is like the stuff that keeps us busy. If it's homework or if it's studying or anything like that, or if it's any type of career it is like bringing any kind of income. Like some that may say that bringing money in the pocket, money in the cookie jar, that type of stuff. But knowing about is the whole purpose about is like knowing about. I'm like, yeah, that whenever you start that there may only be about maybe 3 or 4 say objectives, and then knowing about for which one to take, and that for the most part is knowing about that what if you run out of objectives, and then for other types of priorities that keep you busy even on the weekends, and even on the holidays as well. But then knowing about the whole purpose about is like for questions meeting is knowing about for stuff that keeps us busy is knowing about that 1 or 4 or so ideas, or like say priorities, just like objectives that more likely they could be. It's like what you call that relate to like maybe hundreds to thousands to millions of other objectives, and knowing about I'm like really that there ain't not enough time in the whole world just to be able to get all this stuff done. And then knowing about I'm like really about that there may be millions of what you call objectives, but then of course are those millions of minutes. It's like millions of minutes that could be spent trying to get something done, and then we may not be able to get everything done. But on your hand too, to knowing about whenever we go to school is to think about is like the whole purpose about that if we were to be like say at some cold meeting to where if we meet somebody and knowing about that each person that's assigned a certain subject, a certain assignment, or a certain part of the job. And then knowing about this, like the whole purpose about, I'm like, really, that something that keeps us busy. Are we better off with something that keeps us busy, or something that keeps us, or says completely, bored out of our mind? But I come so far completely bored out of our mind, and I think I'm like, yeah, that really, I'm like, that really, what more likely, what could we be doing, if we were completely bored out of our mind? And that that could maybe relate to like what you call is maybe it's like putting your arm like this and relaxing on the couch or whatever, or just like staring up in the days or something like that. But anyway, but so far as talk about other than daydreaming, knowing about I'm like, yeah, what do people usually do whenever they're bored? I'm like, they maybe do a few things that use it, but on your hand and knowing about is like an important reason knowing about is like for the questions meeting. Like busy is knowing that the stuff that keeps us busy, and they may say that that there may be a lot of questions that remain, but on your hand too, one of those is knowing about like that after we graduate, after most students, and then like one job, it's like go from one job to another. And that knowing about with our skills though is that we develop skills, and just thinking about that maybe we start out with maybe hardly any ideas, and just knowing about do these skills really work. And then next thing you know, it's like they work, but then that one skill could turn into maybe a few dozen more skills, and then now people are kind of asking about how they work, and then that show us how you did that, that type of stuff. And then the next thing you know, it's like and then now more people are interested, and then they want you to do more work for them, and then that kind of ties you up, and then with something else that you had to do, that type of stuff. And really is about developing, like which says like a busy for careers. It's all about the fact about create millions of other priorities. It's like objectives, or is it all about the fact about running out of them? But anyways, you say that I'm sure there's plenty to keep us busy, thing and make us happy. If like